Y'all, the contraction of you all, a contraction that I am personally quite fond of and think is often unfairly looked down upon, whether that's because of its association with Southern dialect or just people thinking it sounds dumb. Either way, I think it's unfair. I'm up in Canada. I say y'all a decent bit. It's too useful a contraction not to in my mind. I'd go as far to say that it is an objectively good contraction. It's a second person contraction. We're already pretty starved of those. Why not use it? I think it's insane to look down upon something that's that useful just because it has associations with Southern dialect, just because people saying it makes you think that they're of a lower intelligence. What is dumb about using a contraction that refers to a whole group of people in one suite? Using something that useful without care about its association? That feels pretty smart to me. Now, admittedly, I too have my own limitations when it comes to y'all and y'all related contractions. Like, I won't do the layered contractions related to y'all. Like, I'm not a y'all guy. I'm not going to say y'all are, y'all aren't. Those are all just a step too far to me. I see their value, but I can't say them. I probably just ruined the smooth pronunciation of all of them, quite frankly. But I see their value. Now, having said all that, I do feel the need to reveal my Southern dialect-related hypocrisy. As much as I love y'all, I'm not going to use every Southern dialect contraction. In particular, ain't. I ain't using ain't. To me, ain't is a lot less useful than y'all is. It's a lot less natural than y'all is. Ain't is, of course, a contraction of am not, are not, and annoyingly, have, has, and is not, with exclusivity, really, to only am not, I think. To me, the visual and verbal components of a contraction are important. Like when I say something like isn't, I want it to be clear the words that are in it. So is not. I can tell what that is just by saying it. Ain't fails in that regard with the latter half. When I say ain't, I don't think have, has, and is not. Those elements aren't in there beyond the letter T, and that is really annoying to me. And I think ain't just has too much utility, you know? It covers too much. It covers 6 things, apparently. And I think that that is an excessive amount of things for one contraction to cover. When I'm talking, I'm not looking for a catch-all contraction. You gotta have variety. Also, for all the utility, I think every original contraction for all of those words is better anyway, you know? Aside from am not, of course, which I don't imagine has amn't. Aren't, haven't, hasn't, isn't, those are all inherently better to me. They sound better, they work better, the elements are in there, there's nothing wrong with them. It's the definition of if it's not broke, don't fix it, and ain't is fixing too much. All that being said, I'm not out here trying to demonize a contraction for just being a contraction and for language just being the way it is. If you use whatever words for whatever regional dialect that you have, just use them. None of this matters. The idea that using any of these contractions might make y'all dumber because of the way that they're perceived, it doesn't really matter, does it?